I love your intro. You're on mute.
All right, so this is us now. And let me hear your intro. What's your intro? This is not going out, so this is just you and me. So what's your intro? Other than I may be available.
So I'm Hans Detreich. I'm a graphic designer, award-winning artist. I also do esoteric research into ancient sites and civilizations, symbology throughout the ages of time, Buddhist cultural mysticism because I grew up in Nepal for the first half of my life, and a lot of other topics. I'm pretty much an open source. So yeah.
Well, we've got this now, so if you ever need a little short intro to get you started on your own channel, on YouTube, Megan this.com. We have 9 days teacher my ACO Club for authors, consultants, and marketers, which wouldn't be a bad idea. So we could use this to phenomenon too, since it's the website is there, but you'd have to build it. So we know how to do that. So maybe we can just do a quickie, real quick, and then tomorrow night we'll do a whole story on you and your book and focus page. But on this one, we could do phenomenon TV intro because it's not there yet. So, do you have any ideas for phenomenon.tv.com?
As far as like a graphic intro or a physical intro, what are you talking
Anything because it's non-existent. But if we would go ahead and go with Brad Olson and Jeff Donnell with his building Utah TV, and I've been building TV Morris ET Radio since 2012, but I've been on TV Morris Media Reporting Agency, TJ Morris Publishing, American Communications Online, and I'll send you a copy of this little tape for your history. But you could actually say you're a flunk on it if you know how we have always been advanced. So, getting things going,
about? Interesting.
unincorporated associations, like you were there from the beginning. And, just something like you do for, I just think you do good graphic work. And from what I can see on your own Mega Mist, how'd you come up with that name Mega Mist?
Well,
MEGAMST?
it's megalithic mysteries, and so I just shorted it. And if you look at my logo, it says Mega Mist, but it's like split in half. So it's the derivative of megalithic mysteries. Yeah.
Well, would you be interested in us having a mutual website for Phenomenon TV? Because it sounds good, and we're just making podcast interviews. People that are going to speak at events, author books. It's authors, consultants, and authors. And then I've had people come on with for years with UFO history. I've had recently Rick Doty, Jesse Marcel third, but I knew his dad and his dad before that was Oz Investigations. But what we're doing is I've had ACO Club. It's just that people don't know that that's American Communications Online students. So I have to use TJ Morris so they can find an ACO Club. And then it's whoever is an author, consultant, or author. And then we can have speakers come on that are auditors, and tell us what they're researching about their book or about their website. Or even if they've got other, I've had other hosts on with other radio shows and blogs. We're not looking to be the other Austin. I'm near Austin, but we're not looking to be the other Joe. What's his name? Joe. Oh, Rogan. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
sure.
looking. But in our own area, we need to build it back up because we've gotten all so scattered with paranormal, cryptozoology, Bigfoot and all that. And then the other one is extraterrestrials, UFOs, experiencers. And now we've got star beings and all those out there at events talking about, their contact, including Stephen Greer and his groups, Michael Salva and his exopolitics. And I've always been connected to all that stuff out there. So your part would be bringing in, your expertise in the tech, sadly, your graphic. And a lot of people need that, but they don't know how to plug in. And you plug in. Can you get some contracts or some domains or websites or contracts from Google at one time with your company?
Oh yeah, for sure. Done a
You
lot
did?
with yeah.
All right.
Trying to secure website domains. There was that whole clique of, oh, buy up all these domains and then you can sell them later on, but it's not what people think it would be.
Yeah. Well, so what do you do now during the day? Because you have a regular job. I told many of my friends at this event for alien event. So you'll be speaking of that. So alien event.
Speaking of alien event, September 12th through the 14th. I'm not sure where my time schedule is yet. It'll be exciting. I'm talking about symbology throughout the ages. Part of one of my books. Got them all sitting here. Hold on. So I have the magic of symbology or symbology, right?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I
I missed your book. Okay. Did you have it? Did you have it at the last alien event I was at?
did, yeah, correct.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. I should have bought it. You didn't bring it. I guess I saw you with a computer in here most of the time. Oh, I didn't see when you were selling it. Did you have a black?
I was a
booth?
Brad booth because Brad always sets me up because he's like got all of his books. He's like, just put your books here. So
Oh, Brad Olson with CCC Publishing. Yeah, we got that organization of different publishers. We're not doing a lot right now, but Brad Olson is definitely the place to be. So Brad Olson and Brett Leader are both going to be there, and Brad will be one of the what do you call it when the commentator for a panel?
yeah,
Yeah. Now, Hans, you've been around these people for how many years out there? Because I'm over in Texas.
I've only been in this field for 4 years now. So
How'd you get up there so advanced by offering your services to side farming to
because
as a
I'm
on the
not
wall?
about other people's research. I'm doing my own, and it's like my own investment into this field. It's my own research. How else do I describe this? uh, it's the work that I've done. So I grew up in South Asia. I lived in Kathmandu, Nepal since I was 4 until I was 19. And so through Kathmandu, I was able to experience most of South Asia either through my school or through my own adventures. And so I've been all over Pakistan, Kashmir, Ladakh, Bangladesh, and even into Thailand, Cambodia, um, Myanmar, which was once, yeah, another name. But yeah, no, I've gone all over these areas, and I've enjoyed my experience through it. But it's interesting to come back to the States because a lot of people here have never traveled. And so thank goodness for the internet now. Today we all have our armchair tourism. We can go wherever we want at the click of a button. But I suggest people just stop and go, hey, I want to go somewhere. Go there. Um, I didn't have money to go to Egypt. I didn't have money to go to Peru, and it just landed in my lap. And so there's a way of manifesting this for everybody. I'm just saying that. If you want to go somewhere,
Wow. Wow. Well, that's good. I'll be manifesting a cruise, but it's costing me $1,200 on the ship. But some of these people like you can manifest it where we let everybody know we're cruising and they'll come along. Like for me, doing psychic readings and tarot readings, I like to do that. But not, not everybody's into it. But I also have a ministry, for anything to do with psionics or remote viewing or, people into the psychic abilities. That's my gig. And, I worked with a lot of movie stars, things like that when I lived in Hawaii and California. I had an office there for 5 years. But, now that I'm retired, I'm just settling back and going to make a little club online that we've had doing radio for over 12 years from 2012. But now we've been alive since 2004. So what we're going to do is create this pipeline and start pulling in all these domains, because I'm just not going to pay for them anymore just to put out data and information on everybody else. So what we'll do is pull it into a bunch of high hitters, I guess you'd say, high level hitters, already connect as radio show hosts that I've put into business over the years, or bloggers, or video cams, or video reporters. So, folks, it's really into blogging right now. And Hans does beautiful work, which is right there over my shoulder. So you want to hit, well, probably 3 of them. Did you make all those posters or just the video?
Just 2 of them. But I've reworked the main logo. So I do graphic design and multimedia. That's what I do for a living. I've worked for everybody from Intel to Microsoft to small non-geos to local restaurants and businesses. I do it all. And so I like to help people out because oftentimes they're not sure how to visualize themselves. And so that's what I like to do for people, is like, all right, you have the concept. Let's put this into a visualization and create, a marketing campaign or even just a PowerPoint presentation around what you're doing. So
that's good. That helps people. If they can get your PowerPoint, you can go into a book. And you get into a book and get them to be an author, and then they can go around and get on a lot of radio shows promoting the book and get into events that we all know about. So, well, go ahead.
I said I've written 3 books. So the first book I wrote was Dropo Legends. Oh, sorry, that's symbology. Wrong book. Dropo Legends and Lore. This is kind of a little bit of my upbringing, an introduction to Buddhist cultural mysticism through the Nyingma Buddhism sect and my studies in Bhutan. And then it gets into some of the lore and legend around the Dropa stones and the Dropa nomadic people of South Asia. And this is not a Dropa stone, but it is a bidisc, and they're described very similarly to the Dropa stones. So,
were those really from ancient times and artifacts that are like our CDs today?
Yes. But
that's what I thought.
Not like our CDs today. They're just a disc of information, obviously recorded through different hieroglyphs on top of it. But how do I describe this? I've had this since I was 15. I have 2 of them. A family friend from India that lived in Hong Kong had a bunch of these in their possession, and they're like, here. There's another story behind that, but I don't really want to get into it. But I ended up with 2 of these through collection. So I have 2 of these discs. Super interesting, like I said. Let me show it again. So this is a bidisc. The glyphs on this are Proto-Chinese glyphic writing. So this is pre-Chinese writing of today. I've tried to get somebody to translate this, but it's very difficult. Not quite sure what else to say about it. But when we talk about the Dropa stones, the way they're described is very similar. It's a circular disc. It's about 1 foot in diameter. It's got a circular hole in the center, and it's got glyphic writing spiraling out from the center, just like this piece. So what is this? And in my research, not to do a spoiler alert here, but I talk about this in my lectures. The Dropa disc is interesting because when you read the translation that Sun Nui or Sun Nguyen, which I think his name really was, translated, he would have to have had a cipher of the local region. So it looks glyphic to him because it's not in Chinese glyphic writing. but what's on this disc? So how do you translate an alien language without an alien cipher? You can't. And so he translated this to say that through the clouds came craft, basically. And because of their coming, they had been here before. And so the local villagers and shamans hid in the villages 10 times when these crafts came down through the clouds. And so the most intriguing aspect of the translation is that they came multiple times. And so I've always been interested in this, because if we're talking about a culture that's been here 12,000 to 20,000 years ago, they've come again since then. And that's where this translation on Dropaston comes from. But it's not a translation from an extraterrestrial race. It's a translation from somebody in the region. And I think this is where a lot of YouTube and documentaries and Wikipedia, they get caught up on this, because they try to say that, oh, the stones say that they came 20,000 years ago from Sirius. Well, yeah, they did. But the stones themselves do not depict this. And there's only one stone that actually has writing on it. Yes, they found 716 stones in the cave, but only one is depicted as having writing on it. So, yeah. Not sure how else to talk about.
716.
What's that?
Well, let's talk about it tomorrow. I said, let's talk about it tomorrow. You said you wouldn't mind coming back tomorrow and having a full-blown show on you and your.
Yeah. I'm giving a preview. I'm giving you a preview right now.
No, yeah. So you got how many books that we can cover, and Drop of Stones as well? Because
Drop of Stones. Magic.
Okay. And so you can. Oh my goodness.
And the Drop of Stone.
Okay, what's that KHEMIT, Kemet? Is that from Egypt or somewhere else?
It's Egypt before the Greeks, yeah.
Ah, before the Greeks. All right. So
everything that we know today of Egypt comes from the Greeks.
Oh, it comes from Greek, not Egyptian.
So modern scholars will say, oh, Pharaoh did this, Pharaoh did this, Pharaoh did that. Well, the Pharaoh is actually a woman's title. The Pharaoh was the high priestess of Hatshepsut or Hathor, and she would choose her consort. And so she would always put her arm around him. This is mine. Not today's, hey babe, you're mine, that kind of scenario. No, she would always put her arm around him. And so they ruled Egypt before the Greeks in a unity project. So the women would rule the fertility of the land and the fertility of the people. Her king that she chose would rule the physicality of the land and the physicality of the people. The word Pharaoh is so misused. It's unbelievable. It's right there in front of them if they want to look at it. Most smart scholars say in the time of Pharaoh, there's King Tutmosis, King, Tutankhamun, so on and so forth. But modern scholars are lazy and they say, oh, Pharaoh this, Pharaoh that, Pharaoh this, Pharaoh that. I'm like, no, you're not seeing it for what it is.
Well, what time is good for you tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time is good for you tomorrow? And we'll use this as little short intros on a Google.
Evenings are good. Let's do an evening. Yeah, for sure.
Tomorrow evening, any certain time that we can.
What's good for you? I'll hook to your schedule. So.
Well, anytime after 6 p.m. my time, that's because we don't stay out after dark for the dog. So
I'm sure you're not. So 6 p.m. is 4 my time.
Yeah. Would you rather do 5 or 6 your time?
Yeah, that might work better. Yeah.
Is it better before or after dinner?
No, after dinner. Yeah, no, 5 or 6 would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Well, what's it? You want to say 5 or 6, or you want to spend my time? Or 7 to 9?
I don't want to put you up too late, so that's where I'm at.
Oh, well, I'm a late. We binge.
Oh, you're night owl like me. Oh, all right. I'm a night owl. So
Uploading, shows for other people or
if
something.
we could do 7 p.m., that would be awesome. So that's 5 my. That
Okay,
gets
5, 7.
go out on the disc golf course, throw around. Yeah. All right. Cool.
So you think you'll be in by 7? Because it doesn't get dark there till
Glad
8:30.
you got your mic working because yeah. Oof.
Yeah,
But
my
now you have a preview of what we're talking about.
your mic working good.
Did you like that preview? Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I'll send this to you anyway. Yeah, I think you did a good preview for tomorrow, and it shows us a little bit about who you are, your books. But I'd like to get into all that about. I'd like an in-depth interview tomorrow. Where you were
That's
born.
what I'm hoping for. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, and it just gives us an idea, and you'll get to know all of us better. And I can have you on as a co-host when you want to make time. But with everybody in this author speaker event, they all do it after their jobs are there, like me, you're tired. And we just do it, serve humanity, just however we can help. But it takes a while to get everybody on the same page. So get with you tomorrow. It'll start us on Phenomena TV, okay? And so we'll use this as an intro. Okay, we're going to try this and see how it works. And whoever's involved or wants to be involved in the phenomenon, which Jeff Rennell said he was going to Phenomenon or something like that. So we'll look into that, folks. I think Hans and I agree phenomenon is like a all-encompassing for right now. So what all we do is bringing authors and consultants, artists, videographers together. All right. Any last words, Hans? They can get in touch with you how? You want your email, just in case somebody picks this up?
So megalithic-mysteries.com is my website. It's got my adventures in Peru, Egypt. I'm trying to update my Bhutan and Nepal collection, but I also have a lot of fashion design that I've done there, other design work. Otherwise, yeah, that's primarily where you can reach me at.
Okay, well, we'll get together with you on some of that design work. Maybe all of us can, pull it together, because I made pins for UFO and ET Top TV and pins and handed them out. Did you get a copy? Did I give you a pin?
No, yeah.
Oh, I'll have to mail it to you. I've only got a few. Yeah, that was a $485 investment on pin getting it set for us, a group of people, that I figured certain ones I gave it to. But tomorrow night, then I'll make sure we get your mailing, and I'll send it to you.
Well, let's do a full episode. I mean, I'm not sure if you're posting this tonight, but whatever. Let's do a full episode tomorrow where we can actually absorb content.
And I'll look at this tomorrow, and I can make some blips out of it, what they call. It's something that StreamYard offers to make really.
We're having technical issues, so we're like, 2 hours over when we were going to start, but whatever.
We're a little tired. We had a lot of trouble. I don't know why. It's very strange. All right. Well, look forward to tomorrow night, and we'll do a complete introduction. Keep that one on file wherever we're going to post it on all the videos or on social media. And Growth Phenomenon TV. This is, of course, my TV March and AT Talk TV. Hans Detreich, and he told us about what some people believe about the ETs coming from the skies and leaving Drunkestone, or at least information to the people that were on Earth to write about. So we'll get into the details as to what's fact and what's fiction tomorrow night. All right. Thank you, Hans. That was a good job. Thank you. I'm going to See if this cuts off on the. It didn't start though, did it? So it may not do it again.
Also,
Let me try. Play auto recording. Playing this video. Okay.